1 was usually where the back issue started. Anything before 31 you couldn't get from Captain Company. You had to luck out at a comic book shop or a bookstore, a secondhand bookstore to find. I know as a kid I never saw any of those issues for sale anywhere, 1 through 30. Occasionally in Captain Company they would put a special ad where they would have a few of the older issues and they'd be prohibitively expensive, especially if you're 8 years old. But the only way to find them was to have a good secondhand bookstore around, or a comic shop at that time, which at that time I had no access to any comic shops. I didn't know of any. Didn't know such a thing existed. So there's 31. There's 32. 33. Now 33, speaking of comic shops, in I want to say 1979 or 1980, my mother remarried, and we went on vacation, and we went to Colorado. We spent a week. We drove from Missouri up to Colorado, and we spent about 4 days out there. And one of the thing I wanted to do, you know, everybody wanted to go to the mountains and everything, and that was great. I wanted to go to Mile High Comics. I'd seen their ads in my comic books, and like I said, I had never seen a comic shop before. So I wanted to go to Mile High Comics, so my parents indulged me, and when we got to Boulder, we found the Mile High Comics in Boulder, Colorado, and got there right when they opened. And I walked in and was just amazed, you know, just looking around and everything. Well, what do I want to get? Well, I immediately asked if they had any Famous Monsters, because that was my #1 priority. So they did. They had a few. And here I found issue 33 and issue 34. Now these two issues were the earliest listed in the back issue page ads in the current issues. So these were, as far as I'm concerned, the oldest issues I'd ever seen. So I snatched these two up and just practically slept with them the entirety of that trip. Read them and reread them and reread them. And we went to the, you know, motel. Whenever it's out in the swimming pool, I'd jump out in the pool for about 10 minutes and get toweled off, and then run in the room and pull out my Famous Monsters and read about Horrors of Spider Island and Hunchback of Notre Dame. So these two issues are fairly special to me. So here is 35, 36, 37, 38. This one is a little scarce. This one will be pricey when you find it. The Curse of the Demon cover. There's 39, which is one of my favorite Japanese films, Frankenstein Conquers the World. I love that movie. We got 2 copies of that. And issue 40. A Great Horror Hotel. Horror Hotel is a great movie. It's on DVD and Blu-ray under the title City of the Living Dead. If you get a chance to see it, see it. It's very good. Very, very good. Okay. Oh, here we have 41. 42. 43. 44. 45. 46. This issue is a little scarce, a little pricey. Expect to pay a little bit more for that issue. 47. This is a very common issue. You'll find this issue everywhere. 47 and 50 are just everywhere. 48. See, Monster Comics. This is I think before Creepy. This is when Monster World was being published. And Monster World was the first time we had horror comics from Warren. The success of which, you know, eventually launched Creepy Magazine. 49. Number 49. Number 50. There must be a billion copies of number 50 on eBay. They must have really printed that one up crazy. I don't know why. There's so many high-grade copies everywhere, but you don't want to pay a lot of money for that. 51. 52. 53. That cover looks familiar, doesn't it? You've seen that one before. 54. 55. 56. One of Gogol's greatest covers, and a very desirable issue, the Boris Karloff Memorial issue. This was published after the death of Boris Karloff. 57. 58. 59. So that's 60. What am I missing? 58. I'm missing 59. 61. Well, that's gonna bug me. I'm at 59. It's in there somewhere. 61. 62. 63. 59 now. Okay, 64. House of Wax. 65. 66. 67. 68. 69. Uh-oh. 80. What happened to 70 through 79? Oh, they don't exist. They, Warren and Ackerman, for some reason, decided to skip issues 70 to 79, and they retroactively put Monster World 1 through 10, and they say those 10 issues are Famous Monsters 70 through 79, so that way they can get to 100 quicker. That was the argument. Still doesn't make any. I just think it's dumb, but what are you gonna do? That's Warren for you. So 81, 82, 83, 84, 5, 86, 87, 88, 89 with the horrible Dracula vs. Frankenstein film, 90, 91, 92, Bela Lugosi Memorial issue, 93, 94, 95, and 96. Okay. 97, 98, 99. Big 100 issue. Issue 100. Issue 101. 102. 103. We're back in Basil Gogos land here. 104. Alright, missing 105. There's 105. There's 105. 105. 6. 7. Let's see here. 108. This is the issue I was eager to find. I was a kid. Looked everywhere for that issue. 109. 110. This is a great issue. 111. 112. I believe this is the first issue I bought off the rack. Bought that at Target. 112. My first off the rack issue. So we're about 1974 here. About this time I had also discovered Marvel's Monsters of the Movies. Still hadn't seen a Monster Times or Castle Frankenstein yet. 113. 114, another very desirable issue. The all Japanese Monsters issue. This one was a little more expensive. It's a terrific, terrific issue. 115, this has always been one of my favorite covers also. 116. 117. 118, very vivid memory of finding that at an Adventure department store. I was very excited by that cover, as you can imagine. I'd probably just seen Seven Voyage Sinbad at the drive-in. 119. 120. Holy cow, we're at 26 minutes. Hurry this up. 121. 22. 123. 124. 125. 26. 127. 128. 29. 30. 31. 132. We're nearing the end here.
Hello?
Just a few more.
Yes, doctor.
133. 134. 135. And finally, 136. 137 is the first Star Wars issue. Star Wars is all over the cover, and the magazine, immediately I lose interest in it. So that's as far as I'm going to show you guys. I've got a few more here, but they don't excite me. So I will show you this. I'll show you 170. If you have 170 or run across it, I am in this issue. I have a poem in the Graveyard Examiner. Forey ran a contest for writing a poem about Lon Chaney Sr., and my poem was picked. So as you imagine, I was very excited. I was a very excited little 7th grader when that happened. So anyway, thanks for bearing with me. I'm going to snap it off here. Sorry for the long video. I don't know if the movie was loud enough, if you were able to pick up enough hints to what's going on in the background. If you are, I salute you, sir or madam, and put your answer in the your guess in the comments, and I will let you know in the next video. Thanks for watching. I will catch you next time.